This is a short video about Newcastle upon Tyne. Newcastle is in the north-east of England. As you can see on this map, it is near the North Sea. Why the city is where it is. The city of Newcastle upon Tyne was founded at the lowest place the Tyne could be easily crossed. In 1080, the Normans built a wooden fort to safeguard the crossing. They also erected a wooden bridge. The Newcastle was rebuilt in stone in the 12th century. How the city grew. Medieval Newcastle upon Tyne prospered partly because of the wars between English and the Scots, or the Scottish. There was much traffic through Newcastle and travellers spent money there. Newcastle also had a shipbuilding industry in the later Middle Ages. The first record of a ship being built there was in 1294, or 1294. There was also a rope-making industry, ropes being essential for sailing ships. There was also a leather industry in Newcastle. There were skinners, tanners and saddlers. What is the function of the city now? And here now is a quote from a Geordie.
Why, aye, man. That's canny pet. I'm gunning AM.
So, basically, Newcastle grew because of exports and money. Population. One of the earliest records say that Newcastle had around a population of 4,000 people. In the end, Newcastle had a maximum population of 284,000 people. One of the key events in Newcastle's development was the Tyne Bridge. Newcastle was built over the River Tyne. Thank you to Chronicle Live for this video.
The new Tyne Bridge was hailed as one of the modern miracles of its age. It was the largest single-span bridge in Britain when completed. The total cost was £1,200,000. which is 36 million in today's terms. The government provided 60% of this. It would cost 100 million to build today. The official name of the Tyne Bridge is King George V Bridge. King George V officially opened the bridge on October the 10th, 1928, 100 years after the first use of steel on a bridge. The present Tyne Bridge is 80 years old on the 10th of October 2008. The Romans built the first bridge over the Tyne in about AD 120. The bridge stood on a similar site to where the present swing bridge stands. These stark black and white images bear witness to the dangerous conditions the men worked under. Safety harnesses were unheard of, and yet these men would sometimes be perched over 90 feet above the water. Yet they worked with a speed and agility that was second to none. This earned many the nickname Spider. Despite the dangerous working conditions, only one man died, compared to 16 on the Sydney Harbour Bridge. The arch was constructed from both sides of the river at the same time. Cranes on the bridge lifted the steelwork into place. The bridge builders risked their lives high above the waters of the Tyne, scaling heights and structures with the agility of Spider-Man. As far as we know, none of the men who built the bridge are alive today, but we do have testament of their relatives. Julie Fox's grandfather and father built the bridge. They called her dad Spider Wilson. She recalls how he walked along the skeletal frame of the bridge without any fear of the height or falling if he made one false move. The Tyne Bridge was considered a miracle of technology when it was built. It may be taken for granted by many now, but it is still a famous landmark, recognised the world over, and many regard it as an icon.
Why are people from Newcastle called Geordies? There were two types of lamp, the Davy lamp and Geordie lamp, which were preferred in the north east of England for the coal miners. Or, people from Newcastle are called Geordies because of their allegiance to King George during the Jacobite rebellion. The city of Newcastle shut their gates to the Jacobites and wouldn't have anything to do with them. And here now is a quote from a Geordie.
Why I man? That's canny pet. I'm gunning him.
As you can see, Newcastle upon Tyne has been a thriving city since the Roman times to modern day. Newcastle, the birthplace of the Geordies.